Hello and welcome to the final round of the Hawke British Mini Rifle Championship. Whole season has been hot and sunny, and the last round we have heavy rain, which has made things very difficult for all the competitors. The first two top positions in the open division are pretty much set, but it's everything to aim for in senior, super senior and the new shooter division where the new competitors coming onto the scene for the first time. Right, stop getting wet, let's get into stages and see how we get on for the final round.
Well, before we get into the action, let's have a look at the championship standings. Jim Starley, top spot, followed by Ben Ducker. I don't think those two are going to move, but what we need to keep an eye on is third place. Kelvin Leighton and Chris Gamlin are fighting it out. John Thorne is leading the senior category, and Paul Den Bosch is leading in the super senior.
Yep, still obviously there's drop scores to count, but I think certainly Chris and Kelvin are very close. Obviously the first two place I think are now sorted. Jim is pretty much got it taken unless something drastically goes wrong today. But I think we've got a winner in a second. Let's see how those places go.
Oh, stage one is about to get underway. It involves some swinging targets and plates, John.
Yep, back with the swinging targets. A few changes with the weather, but it should be a good final round for everyone, I hope.
Well, here is the stage map. It's a simple one, John.
Pretty much, shoot down 3 plates, shoot 3 swinging targets, which are activated by the plates.
Our first up is second in the championship, Ben Ducker.
Oh, took a while, but the plates are down. And again, these are all swinging, but they're all visible, so there'll be no penalties and missed shots. As you can then decide to unload into those, make sure they're a hit.
Steve Goff with his Lantac next. Is it best to just let the target wave in and out of your sight?
Essentially, yes. What you don't want to do is follow the swinging target with your muzzle. So you hold your muzzle in set position and let the target swing through it. And then, as Steve's done.
Are you ready? And here's Marty Secker. He's having a great year.
Yeah, he's done well. I think he's got to be pretty much a good target for the best new shooter category. All 3 plates down. Again, a bit more deliberate in terms of the rounds in. I'd be mag dumping that to make sure I've got some scores, but nice and deliberate.
Shaking her head.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Matt Cox. Now he shot swinging targets before, so he should be pretty good in these. Again, be very deliberate. Plate and target, plate and target. Obviously, as the targets slow down, they're easy to hit, but they're going in a wider arc, so you've got to be careful. Pick your point and just shoot into the target, they get them. I think Matt's forgetting it's against the clock.
I think he's just checking there.
Yeah, he zoomed in. He obviously wasn't comfortable with the targets. He wants to get some alphas, but the clock ticking down is not going to help.
Are you ready?
Paul Den Bosch, pretty much fairly sure he is going to be the winner of Super Senior.
Been a very consistent year by Paul. First time with a mini rifle as well.
Yep, big long time practical shooter, but mini rifle is new for him. He's shown his history very much. Again, nice shooting here. He's just picking his point 2 or 3 into each target to make sure he gets some scores.
Finished, unload and show clear. Are you ready?
Here's Ronnie.
Stand by.
Ronnie's Paul's closest competitor. Ronnie's had a great year. I think he's chopping, changing back and forth the guns hasn't helped him too much. He's shooting his Smith this time rather than his Chris.
He's never in a rush, is he, Ronnie?
Sure, Ronnie be happy with that one. It is against the clock, Ronnie. But he's one of the older competitors. He does shoot phenomenally well, and again, very safe as well. But he's done a good year. I think he'll be pleased.
Are you ready?
Here's Josh Hicks trying to end this season strongly.
Coming out thinking that Josh had done the earlier rounds, he'd be up there and competing for the win, but missing a couple hurt that a little bit. Now, since that plate, he noticed that. That's a good point. Actually, he shot the board rather than the plate, so it still activated the target, but the plate still has to go down to score, so he did well.
Oh, so if you hit the stick and it swings, you still got to hit the plate, otherwise it's a drop score.
Zach Ramage, again, first shooter, done very well. He's struggling a bit here. Finally got him up. This is what I would do. I'd shoot all 3 plates and then rattle 3 rounds into the swinging targets each point. But that's just me.
Well, we'll see where you finish at the end of this stage.
Damn. good year for Zach, though. He's done well.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Martin Patrick. Don't often see him. Again, part of Northampton Target Rifle Club. Should see him more. Nice shooting. That's good shooting.
That's very quick.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Steve Ollington. He's had a tricky year, trying year, but he's coming on strong.
I think if you looked at Steve shoot now when he shot from the first round, he wouldn't be the same person. He has certainly come leaps and bounds. And he's doing the right thing. He's making sure he gets accuracy before he starts running, getting time. This is tough, really, because of moving targets. You've no idea if you shot them or not, so you have to put rounds in the hope you're actually getting scores on there. There'll be a fair few misses on this stage, I'm sure.
Are you ready?
Wayne Hemings, another new shooter, leaps and bounds this year. Struggling on that middle plate. Down the end.
Slightly high and right who's shooting.
Nicely done.
Are you ready?
Dave Salmons.
Stand by.
Hopefully no gun issues. Curse them again.
Well done, John.
I'm just going to shut my mouth from now on. I just curse these guys every time I mention it.
Yeah, in round 5, every time his gun worked, he had a really, really good stage.
He's a good shooter. I just think he's just got bad luck with his equipment.
Yeah, he's done what he said to do.
Just frustrating for him, isn't it, really? It's a good score, wasted with losing 20 seconds clearing a gun. It's unfortunate.
Is there a lot of maintenance you have to do with the gun?
Well, from Dave's perspective, probably a lot more, but generally, no, not really. They should quick clean every now and then, off they go.
Are you ready?
Matt
Stand
Liddy?
by.
Now Northampton. Nicely done.
Going with your tactic.
Yeah, he's shooting 4 into each. Hopefully, top 2 will score.
She's finished. Unload and show clear.
There's a few Charlies there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
David with his white Stryborg. Nicely done. He's been very deliberate here, making sure he gets the scores on there.
If you finished,
Not quick, but let's see what the score's like.
are you ready?
There's Kelvin.
Stand by.
Another one where if his gun works, he's quick. If the gun doesn't work, it always affects him.
This is all important for that 3rd spot in the championship as well.
That's it. That should be good. That looks a quick time too.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Aaron Coates. Consistent year.
Again, started off lower down the range, has picked up all through the year.
There's a prime example. He's hit the wood. He's missed the plates.
Yeah, one plate still left up. So has he spotted that as a question?
I was just ignoring that then.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Jim Starley, championship leader. Let's see how he takes this. Is he going to use your tactic, John?
Looks that way. See, that's confidence, I was about to say. 2 rounds per target is confidence, but...
Proud to announce the 2020 Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Champion, Jim Starley. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fun league. It's nice that this has been the first one on TV, and it's nice to be part of it. Really.
Today, like the rest of the year, some interesting stages.
Yeah.
You've not had a great day, have you?
Some challenging stages. Yeah, I've had a couple of gun issues on the stages, and yeah, but it hasn't really mattered really because I tied the league up with 4/5 rounds done. So just out here to have fun, really.
Yeah, it got quite intense early on this season with you and Ben fighting it out for honours.
Yeah, I mean Ben's a good competitor, and it's been nice that although we're competing with each other, we're not actually, there's no tension between each other. Everyone's kind of happy and helping each other out and comparing stage plans and working together. So it's a really great atmosphere among competitors.
And here are the results for stage 1. It was Tom Samples taking the win. John, your tactic works. Second place, well done.
Yeah, normally so. Tom actually works at the range, so he's fired on Monday morning after that by beating me by that amount. But it was a good stage, and Ben did well on that first run. And again, Matt Liddy's run was a good score as well.
Yeah, I'm looking down for Chris Gamlin there. He is at 15th. He's chasing after Kelvin, so it's not a good stage for him.
Yeah, so I think Kelvin's getting a little gap on him now for this one. That wasn't a good stage for Chris at all. And then David Ashcroft, 13th. Again, very deliberate, but again, just dropped the score quite a long way down.
Jim Starley all the way down in 23rd, so the shrug of the shoulder there, it wasn't a good sign.
Yeah, so Kelvin again was 26th, so he was wrong. So Kelvin, obviously, it's going to be a struggle between him and Chris today, I think. It'll be interesting how they change scores.
Are you ready?
Okay, well, this is what stage 2 looks like in the rain. Please join us after the break. So welcome back to the final of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. Stage 2 is about to get underway in the rain. 3-second turning targets. It should be fun.
Yep, very fast speed shoot this. You've got 6 targets, 3-second exposure, 2 rounds on each. Should be interesting. There's certainly a question of speed, but also we're going to get a lot of misses here.
Are you ready?
Steolaton up first.
That's a loaded start. No. 2 rounds on. 3 seconds is not a long time to shoot 6 targets.
Are you ready?
See what Marty can do.
Lovely. Really nicely done. Of course, there could all be misses, but we don't know that yet. But it
Sounds
certainly
good.
It certainly looked good.
Going okay so far. The rain was nerve-wracking, but yeah, it seems like the stages are really good, and we've all been, sort of having the same sort of questions about them before we're going into it. But so far, I'm feeling okay about it. All, yeah, as could be.
You managed to hit all the 3-second turning targets as well.
Well, I'm not sure how well I fared on that one, but we were all looking at it, and it was pretty daunting to start with. But we all just gave it as good a go as possible. Some people really blazed through it, so yeah, it was a fun one, to be fair.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Now Martin Patrick again. Plenty of time there. Plenty of time. Last target had 6 rounds into it.
Are you ready?
And here's Matt Cox.
Stand
Actually, your start position's behind that barrier as well.
Ooh.
Not sure whether he got the last one at all.
I think he missed the last target.
Is Ben?
by. Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh, that's what you don't want.
You know what? That would have been a winning score if it wasn't for that jam in the beginning. Ben likes the quick trigger stuff.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Here we go, John. Let's see how you get on. That's how we do that.
Happy with that? Yeah, not too bad.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Josh Hicks now. You know what? That's good. That it didn't sound fast, but the score will be good.
Are you ready? Stand
Here's
by.
Chris.
I'm not sure you got on that last target.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Now Jim shoots turning targets a lot in gallery rifle, so he should be used to it. But no, I don't think he picked last up at all. He's shaking his head. He's already won it though. He's happy.
So here are the results for stage 2, and it was Josh Hicks. That was a fantastic run. John, what a great showing by you as well. Chris Gamlin as well, ahead of Kelvin Leighton. That's important for the championship.
Yeah, Martin Patrick, obviously, only second time he shot here, is in the top 10 twice now, so he's doing very, very well. That was a good stage for lots of people. But you see the score is still very high at 45%, down at 20th. So it's all down to speed, really. Yeah, Kelvin in 13th. Obviously, Chris has clawed them back on Kelvin for that one. So getting tight between those two for third place.
Marty Secker, even though it sounded good, it wasn't a good score.
That's it. Looks really quick, but if you're missing everything in sight, you're not going to get a good score at all. So notice the top scorer is very much sequencing it. 2 shot, 2 shot, 2 shot.
Well, stage 3 is about to get underway on the 50-metre range run and gun.
This one's slightly different because of the weather. We sort of changed some of the stages around, but this one's there's no way of getting around it. So it's better moving across the range to get to access to targets to shoot around the barriers, and then making sure you engage them all at further distance. Very easy to walk past a target. Hopefully Zach won't show us that.
So short sprint up to the targets.
So there's a couple of targets to the left, and then targets front. He can only engage from there. So if you've forgotten those, then traverse round behind the stage behind. That's it, round the barrier, and then shoot some more around the side. So you've got to be a bit of moving and shooting to some extent. But with the weather, has made a bit of a difference. As you can see, there's splashing water, standing water everywhere. So it's another thing for to challenge the shooters in this.
Cameras don't like water either.
That's a shame. Static mag change won't help him, but best to top up than to run.
Oh
No. This is weather again. Slippery hands, putting magazines in. It's just part of the process. But it's unfortunate for Zach. That will hurt his time badly. Yeah, there's water everywhere, isn't there? These cameras don't like it either. Matt Cox, again, little run to start, gets the blood up, gets your heart breathing, your heart pumping. So I can imagine the first targets, there are going to be misses on there as people are obviously, getting the blood rate up from running. Drop the mag there on the run, good call. And there's 2 tuck rack there, yeah, he spotted them, that's good.
That's on the far right hand side of the screen, as we saw then, there's 2 targets right next to the bankment.
Yeah, when I shot this, I actually ran right past that target and missed it entirely. Kind of ruined my score, which is a bit annoying when I put it there, but that's sometimes difficulty of shooting your own competition.
Shooting with purpose here, Matt?
Yeah, last targets are about 25 metres away, so he's taking his time.
Miserable day here at the last round of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. It's been a great year so far, but what do you think of the stages here?
Well, I've been quite lucky. Everybody else has got absolutely drenched. I've sort of missed the rain on my stages. Not shooting too badly. 1 miss on the second stage, but yeah, pretty consistent.
How did you get on 3-second turners?
That's where my miss came in. So I think I was pulling all of my shots to the left. I think I overran the last target. Other than that, everything else was just down the left-hand side of the targets.
Up next is Matt Liddy. Short sprint down to the first targets.
Running with his gun on the shoulder, not seen that before. That can be a bit dangerous. You start sweep your own feet, but he's got away with it there.
As long as it's pointing down range, does it really matter?
Sure, but it's slower. Run with a gun with your shoulder will slow you down because you can't move your arms to run. But let's see how it gets on time-wise. Being quite deliberate, getting them all down.
Matt Liddy here at the final round of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship, currently lying 8th in the championship. First 3 stages here under your belt, how's it gone?
First 3 stages haven't gone too bad. I had a bit of a gun nightmare on the last match, so I've had a new trigger fitted today. So it's run absolutely spot on for the first 3 stages. So fingers crossed the rest of the day goes all right.
And you're pretty sharp on the 3-second turning targets as well. Where did you score on that?
I think I may have been sort of certainly top 4 or 5 of our squad. But yeah, that was it felt crisp. So. Yeah.
And a great time on stage 3 as well. You smashed the average in about 45 seconds. It was in the 30s for you.
Yeah, pushed in 33 seconds. It's finally the sort of stages that we're used to. A proper, what we call a running and gunning stage, where your stage plan really counts for it, and covering ground counts. Which sort of plays to our strengths a bit.
3 stages to go. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
And here's Ben Ducker.
Again, that's a more traditional running with a rifle in one hand, but what works?
It does move quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, not sure why he's putting so many rounds of there, but he also makes sure. Again, you see how wet it is. The rain's pouring down, the cameras just don't show it. Again, Ben's grip is obviously that long arm with the over grip.
Ben Ducker, second place in the championship, pretty much nailed on. You can't catch Jim, and the third place can't catch you.
Yep.
We're here at the last round. First 3 stages under your belt. Misfire on the turning targets. Didn't go quite to plan, did it?
No, that one honestly was a little bit frustrating. I feel like I recovered it as well as I probably could have done. I managed to get rounds on 3 of the 6 targets after having a click on the first round. So yeah, probably recovered about as well as I could have expected, but not particularly happy with that stage, no.
No, even though you got second place nailed on, you still want a good, decent result.
I always want to go out and try my best, so I'm hoping to have a reasonable match today. But as you say, I can't catch third place, and I don't believe that third place can catch second. So the pressure's off a little bit. I'm just here to have an enjoyable match, really.
Stieg off. Again, being quite deliberate with his feet, and we've seen a couple of people slip over. Don't want to do that in this competition if you can. Although if you do fall over in a competition, as long as you keep the gun in hand, it keeps safe. Carry on running. Just don't drop the gun. That'll be disqualification. Fortunately, Steve avoided that.
Everybody's taking the same tactic. I mean, there's not really much choice on this stage, is there?
Not really, no. I mean, if you've got to make sure you cover all the bases there, and again, try and avoid a stationary mag change. Most people are remembering to change the mag as they run forward, but it does need a top-up of rounds. And again, going to one knee, obviously making sure he gets those last rounds in at 25 metres.
Steve, here at the final round, first 3 stages under your belt. Very damp this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm having a brilliant time. It's absolutely fantastic. So rain or shine, anytime I've got a gun in my hand, having a brilliant time. So it's not dampening moods at all.
What's been your favourite stage so far?
I really enjoyed the turning targets, the 6 turners. It was nice to get shots off at all of them. However, I did get 3 mics on it, so it's just fun to have a go.
Let's have a look at the results for stage 3. Ben Ducker taking the win ahead of Josh Hicks, and then Chris Gamlin third place ahead of Kelvin Leighton. Very, very close between the top 4 there.
That's interesting to see, isn't it? 90% to 84% between Chris and Kelvin. They're certainly fighting out for third place.
Yeah, Marty second down in 14th, Dave Ashcroft 18th.
Martin Patrick obviously had 2 good runs first 2 stages, not so good in third stage, but he hasn't shot here very often, so it's good shooting generally from him.
Dave Salmons there in 15th, not a bad run by him. John, you didn't enjoy that stage?
Yeah, like I said, I ran past the target, missed it entirely, dropped your score massively, so let's not speak about that again.
Well, on that note, please join us after the break. Welcome back to the final round of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. As you can see, the competitors are getting ready for stage 4. It's the first time we've seen a 100 metre range in the final. Here's the stage map, John. What are we looking at?
Little short stage, but lots of targets spread around the place, lots of hidden behind barriers, so the shooters have to stay within the shooting area and manage to make sure they pick them all up.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Kelvin, challenging the third. Get the couple behind that barrier, and he has to move round and shoot underneath the barrier, and also ones that tuck behind the barrels. Not too much of accuracy here, it's remembering where the targets are and making sure you know your zero.
You're changing mags at the right points as well.
Now he's got to shoot over the barrel as well. See, he's hit the barrel there. So that may not score on a target.
Joining me now is Kelvin Leighton. Kelvin, you've had a pretty decent year in Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. Coming into this last round, you're third. But your day's not quite gone to plan, has it?
No, not today. Unfortunately, the 100 metre stages have let me down today. I started off well, but dropped quite a few points on those stages. So we're trying to make it up on these short stages, but again, this has not gone quite right for me today.
I know the short stages you think you could take advantage of. But when you get there, it's really difficult. You've got 3-second turning targets, you've got these swinging targets down there. Not an easy one to get a grip of.
No, definitely not. And it's easy to get misses on those. I had the turning target when I missed the last target on that, unfortunately, and on the swingers as well. So it's not really gone well for me at all today.
Are you ready?
Well, this is the man chasing Kelvin down, Chris Gamlin. Let's see how he gets on this stage.
Picked up the first two. Oh dear. That looks fairly terminal. Don't think it's a magazine. I think that's a firing pin. Yeah, he's got a round jammed in there. Yeah, that's a firing pin failure. So each time he shoots, has to re-rack an action. That means he's not contacting with the firing pin of the gun. So you have to persevere this, and he'll single shoot it now just to finish the stage. Yep. The trigger's not resetting, or the firing pin's not making contact. So that's terminal for that gun, really, for this point. But Chris will try and shoot it through just to finish the stage, but this will murder his score completely.
And as we just heard from Kelvin, he's not had the best of days either. So Chris really could have done with taking advantage of this.
Bit of pressure, bit of luck. That's how third place is going to play out, I think. I've done this. It is soul destroying to have shoot one, load one. It's like a shotgun competition. It's just no fun. It really isn't.
I think he's just going to have to call it a day.
If he zeroes a stage, you see, it could really make a difference. He's got to finish off the stage. Even if he scores last, it's better than zeroing a stage. Although, look at the score, I think he'll end up zeroing anyway. Right now, he's hating this sport.
Especially in the rain. Joining me now is Chris Gamlin, the man fighting to get out with Kelvin Leighton for fourth and third place. Kelvin's not really had much of a good day today, and he thinks you've pipped him. How's yours gone?
Well, the first stage, unfortunately, was a bit of a disaster. I had a new part, and it didn't quite work to plan, so my gun was jamming massively. Fortunately, that was the biggest stage of the day, so that could have lost me it. However, everything since then has gone well. So I think it's going to be quite close.
You did really well on the 3-second turning targets as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that went well. I hit them all, which was the main thing. So yeah, no, that was a good stage.
Stand by.
And here's Paul van Den Bosch in a super senior category.
Well, Paul has one super senior now, unless something goes disastrously wrong today. This is his kind of stage, really. Short, tight, remembering where the targets are. He's an ex-pistol shooter as well, so he uses the shorter distances. And again, nice smooth gear, mag change there as well.
Even though he's wrapped up the championship, he won't be taking it easy.
No, well, not at all. In the day, we shoot for shooting's sake. But I think he'll be happy how he's performed this year for sure. And certainly he's been very, very impressive in his category. Yeah, I'm not sure he's hitting that. I'm not sure he is either, yeah.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Ronnie, second in super senior.
And the rain really coming down now.
Yeah, Ronnie is dressed for sewer work, it looks like. But I think he needs it, really. This is a real memory stage. A lot of people have sort of turned round, missed the target, and ended up hurting the score result. So it's whilst they're not hard to hit, you've got to remember where they are, and obviously make sure you can get over the barrier or under the barrier, depending accordingly where the target is. So you can hear it hitting the tyre. Yeah.
It's that barrel's causing all the problems there, John.
Yeah, amazing I put that there, isn't it, really? Why did I do that? Yeah, Ronnie's not sure he's hitting it, you see. He's making sure. A little bit of a jig. Pretty sure he got that one, but let's make sure, Ronnie.
Well, here are the results after stage 4, and it's Josh Hicks taking the honours ahead of Ben Ducker, then Matt Liddy. Kelvin Leighton 4th place. Let's see where Chris Gamlin finishes. I think he's going to be way down the order.
Yeah, I think in the day, Kelvin, that made a side up for Kelvin. That was awful for Chris in terms of that stage. Jim didn't do so well either, 15th as well. So I think he's coasting now a little bit. And then Paul, again, nice little run from there. And Dave, did his gun jam or not? I think 49% probably say there was probably an issue there somewhere.
Yeah, Ronnie Graham in 21st. Chris Gamlin down in 29th.
I see Steve Durrant is no longer scoring there. Steve had a disqualification on one round due to an unsafe gun practice. It means disqualified for the competition. It happens.
Well, stage 5 is about to get underway, and it's lying down prone on the 100-metre range. Second time we've seen prone this year, John.
Yeah, I don't normally dictate shooting positions, but this is one we did. So not an awfully complicated course of fire. 100 metres, the shooters have to go prone on that platform, and they cannot touch the ground outside of it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Well, up first is Otto Michalko and his battle arms.
So they've got to make sure their feet are off the floor as Otto's put his feet up. 100 metres. He's forgotten his ends cap, so that's not so good. But still lots of nose shoots. So they've got to make sure they hit the target and don't hit the nose shoots. Not a good start. Light strike, first one. But Otto is checking. Yeah, he's not happy with that.
It looks rather awkward there as well.
It is awkward shooting position, but that's part of the fun of practical shooting.
You can see the red dot on the side of his gun there and just how tiny the targets look.
I'm not sure he's hitting at all there, to be fair. Tough stage, this. Obviously, knowing your hold over 100 metres is important, but you're out by a couple of inches, you're into a no-shoot penalty, 10-point penalty, so it will murder your score. So being really quick is going to be one thing, but really being accurate is more important in this kind of stage. So taking your time, especially with an awkward shooting position. Seems to have got his eye in now, but it's slow. Pretty sure we're going to get some 0 scores on this stage because it's tough. Well, he finished off.
Just a sigh of relief, I think.
Are you ready? Stand by.
See what Aaron Coates can do.
Now, Aaron, I know, has been practicing 100 metres because he's a member here. Let's see if it's paid off. It's about now you realise that some stages in practical shooting aren't really lent for TV. Main thing here is making sure he avoids those no shoots. It's almost worthwhile having a miss rather than no shoot, even though it's the same penalty. He's getting all rounds down. Don't hear any gun issues. And this is the one stage that everybody complained about. No one liked it.
I'm not surprised.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Steve Durham?
So this was before Steve's disqualification.
Correct, that's right. Yeah, so he shot this before. But he's managed to figure out a way using his bipod, or has he? As long as his feet are off the floor, he can use his bipod if he so wishes. But it's not easy having it jammed on that platform like that. But Steve is a longer distance shooter. That's his history. So I'm expecting good things in this distance for him.
Yeah, he does seem to enjoy the 100-metre range more.
And you can see the patches on the no shoots. A lot of people have hit them.
It's going to be interesting to see what the scores are going to be like.
You finished? Loaded, shooting. Are you ready?
Chris?
Stand by.
Question's going to be his gun problems or not, isn't it, really, now?
What's Chris like on the longer ranges?
Outside of his comfort zone, he's more used to shorter distance stuff, but he has shot quite well, so I think it might be something he can pull back from Kelvin here. But Kelvin also is good at 100 metres, so interesting how they compare. He seems quite quick. It's always you're confident you know where your gun is zeroed at 100 metres. That's unfortunate. Just a light strike though, so just can move on from there.
Well, at least his gun's working a lot better than it was previously.
Quick run though, quick run. It's Josh Hicks. Has he managed to find a way for his bipod? Looks like he has. Now Josh again is good at 100 metres. He does a lot of practice 100 metres where he can, so it pays off in competitions.
It's a smooth transition onto the board as well.
Don't think it's as quick as Chris.
Well, here are the results after stage 5. Jim Starley taking the honours away from John Thorne.
Yeah, if ever the bridesmaid this round on, 3 second places, pipped by Jim this time. Josh up there as well, but very close. 188, not close enough. And then lower down, as you see, the scores will drop dramatically. Lots and lots of misses here. Actually, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's mainly because people are hitting too many no-shoot targets, too many penalties, and the worst score you can have in any mini rifle match is 0. Hence, lots of zeros there across the board. I did say no one liked this stage, and no one did.
Kelvin Leighton there on 0%. Chris Gamlin actually finished 5th, so that's...
That will have caught some back there, so let's get a bit close between those two for 3rd place for sure.
Welcome back to the last round of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. Stage 6 is about to get underway, but we've had some really bad weather conditions, which we amalgamated Stage 5 and Stage 6 together.
Yeah, essentially what we've done is we've had to have the competitors shoot Stage 5 and Stage 6 together. Not how we normally do it, a bit interesting for the last round, but weather being weather, we had no choice really. So Stage 6 is still 100 metres. But it's shooting metal plates and the ball targets, which also follows straight after Stage 5, which is shooting paper targets at 100 metres.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So here's Wayne, he's shooting Stage 5, so it's the prone stage shooting the paper targets. As you can see, the no shoots there. And also we're shooting the tan colour targets because we had to put them onto the white backgrounds. Mainly because every time we put them up, it rained and they all melted. So now we're using different kind of targets. Wasn't an easy day of shooting, let's face it. And the Stage 6 targets are the metal plates either side and the balls.
You finished? Unload. Fingers interlocked.
So here's Wayne going straight into Stage 6. So it's a seated start position. He has to get up, retrieve his gun from the gun rack, which is an unloaded condition, load his gun, and he can shoot them all sitting down. And he's got 3 metal plates to the left, 3 metal plates to the right, and then 5 balls to the left, and then a combination of 5 balls spread to the middle and to the right.
Is this timed as well, this?
It is timed, yes. This is slightly different as much that essentially the targets act as plates, so they must fall to score. But sometimes the question of if you carry on shooting, losing too much time, best not to engage them at all. It's a bit of a gamey sort of stage in that regard.
Let's just hit as many targets as you can in the allotted time.
Pretty much. You've got a limited time to shoot, get as many as you can down that time frame. But 100 metres with the ball targets and the plates, it's a tough stage. Again, there should be quite a few zeros in here. Last round championship, we wanted to push them a bit hard. And certainly last 2 stages we have done.
You finished and loaded your clear. Okay, are you ready? Stand by.
So it's Matt Cox. He's going into Stage 5 first, then straight into Stage 6. So he's got his awkward prone stage first. And it's fair to say he looks remarkably awkward like that.
He's not happy there, is he?
Again, not an easy stage. I'd imagine it's fairly common to say Matt has never tried to shoot a gun in that position before, which is why he struggles so much to get on the optic. He needs to be careful there. His finger needs to be off the trigger when he moves. He really feels awkward there. You can almost feel each shot going down. Doesn't feel right to him. Well, it wouldn't be practical shooting if it was just sitting down at a bench shooting at targets. I think it's fair to say no one liked this stage either.
Oh, this is a stage where only 9 people scored on.
Yeah, that might explain why no one liked it, really. I think he's got that out of the way, really, for him.
Are you ready?
And on Stage 6.
Stand by.
Looking like he's been kidnapped.
Up, get the gun. Now he's happy with his bipod here. Also, sitting shooting position, much more comfortable. He should be much quicker on targets from here. As you can see, all he's got to shoot is the little yellow balls right and left, and the metal plates right and left.
2 plates down, 3. That's on its way already, that one.
Yeah, the round actually almost like it scared it down, didn't it?
Yeah, bipod working well here.
Good, yeah, much better. Limited time stage though, so, and also the balls are providing a little harder to get down.
Are you ready?
Ben Ducker with his bipod.
Now, can he get that bipod to work on that prone platform? Looks like it. Looks a bit awkward, but he's getting there. Fair to say the weather has also had some effect with lots more gun issues, where one stage that I actually, when I was competing, I was pouring water out of the gun at the end of the stage, so much the rain was coming down. Won't be easy in the guns to cope with it. Looks comfortable in this one though, 100 metres, it's always good for Ben.
You finished and load. Shooting. Are you ready? Stand by.
Stage 6.
Oh, that didn't work.
I was a bit flustered now, Ben.
Yeah, knocking over the seat didn't help him at all, did it really? So, and again, I think he's got water in the gun or some light striking too much there. That last one's being a pain. Down. Tough stage.
You finished and load shooting.
Well, here are the top 10 for Stage 6. Josh Hicks taking the honours over Ben Ducker and Jim Stanley in 3rd, Clive Gamlin 4th. Interesting down there, Chris Gamlin 9th and Kelvin Leighton 10th.
Again, very close between the two of them on that stage, even with the problems that we've had in this round, so it's interesting.
And here's the overall championship table. Jim Starley taking the win and overall championship from Ben Ducker, and then Chris Gamlin in 3rd place.
Chris obviously picked up from Kelvin last round just to sneak in the 3rd place, but a close run fight all the way through.
And then John Thorne taking the honours in the senior category ahead of Clive Gamlin.
And super senior, Paul took it pretty well from Ronnie, and then Laurie coming up 3rd, very close 3rd in the super senior. And the new shooter, close one, Marty Secker did take it in the end. Very close with Colin and with Steve Durrant at the end, but he took it very well. Good score for him. Little addition we have is a shootout. Man v man. This is a semi-final. Otto versus Jim Starley. And the trick is 6 plates each. Who can knock them over first? So Jim took the semi-final there against Otto. Both shooting Chris Vectors, so the guns they're not used to. Very level playing field. Second semi-final is Marty Secker and Richard Baird. It's commitment on their eyes there. First one to knock 6 down. Oh, very well done by Richard there. So close, so close. And the final, Jim Starley against Richard Baird. Winner of this wins the Chris Vector that they're shooting.
Okay, come to the ready position. Shooters, are you ready? Stand by.
Just nicks it. So close. Well done to Richard Baird. See it in slow motion. Just goes to show how close it was. So well done to Richard Baird, wins the Chris Vector, donated by Chris. Well, as well as Chris and Hawke, our title sponsors donating prizes to the prize table, also got the coveted trophies for each class winner. Each winner also picked up a rifle as the winning prize for each one, including other trinkets and small bits for everyone. Everyone who competed got a prize. Jim picks up a Lantac Raven as his prize for winning Mini Rifle Open. Marty Secker picks up a Chris DMK, and Paul van den Bosch picks up his Chiappa for winning Super Senior.
So that brings an end to the first season of the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship. We've had 36 stages, over 50,000 rounds fired. Congratulations to everybody involved and congratulations to the winners. John, what a year it's been.
Well, yeah, it's been a difficult year with COVID, obviously, and we had to do some social distancing and made it kind of awkward in some regards. And this is the first time this championship's ever been shot in this country. I think it was great that Jim did so well, pretty much clearing up mini rifle with 1 round left to spare. But last round's been fantastic. You know, you've had Kelvin fighting out closely with Clive. We've had gun issues, course final issues. We had the super seniors and the seniors all fighting it out. And we've done all right weather, even with the pouring rain for the last round. I think it's been a great championship, and there's so many people to thank, but obviously we can't do this without our sponsors. We have Chris, Shield Sights, all of our prize table sponsors, which you covered as well, so it's been a great prize fund for the championship. And obviously for next season, we've got the Winter League starting off, which is the new championship for winter, which is specifically for new shooters, and then straight into the next championship next year. So we've got a lot of shooting to do yet.
And many of the competitors in the Winter League. I've shot in the Hawke Optics British Mini Rifle Championship this year, so the competition will go on. Please join us next time.
So what are you going to say? So what, we done guns, you want to go, we done guns unsafe, you want to plug in it?
We looked at some of the interesting parts of the guns, including the optics. And
to carry on.
So John, anger issues, tell me about it. An amount of, what are you doing? Joining me now is UK's #1 mini rifle. Was it just mini rifle? I'm joined with John after stage 2. How did that go for you?
Of course, Steve, but we'll carry on.
Sorry.
Right, I'm here with Alex, that's it. It's been a long day.
One of the most important things about shooting is the guns. Hello and welcome to the Hawke Optics.
Yes. And it records the first shot, and I got a fly right my shooting centre in this round 2 of the Hawke British Mini Rifle Championships. Last year.